the news that as well as all the humans in the UK being in lockdown, as are all the poultry. So as well as coronavirus, there's also avian flu, so bird flu that's going around through the birds. This has happened for a few winters in a row now, and it's brought in by migratory birds flying in. So it's normally only through the winter months, and then when we get into spring, it sort of dissipates and we go back to normal. So what it means is, by law, we have to shut all chickens, ducks, geese, right across the country in, so following rules from DEFRA. So our pecans and our brahmas are all here in our discovery barn, and they were when we were still open back in December, so you might have seen them in then. It's a bit of a shame for them because they can't go and roam around in the fields and peck and cluck, but they have to follow the rules, so they're in here. And we did bring them in some grass, so they get a little bit of extra, but all chickens and ducks are inside, unfortunately. So when they're in, we've got a little nest box in the corner, so see if we've got any eggs. I can see one down here though, so someone has laid in the middle of the pen, which isn't ideal. We'll get that one, and then they've got a little nest box down in the corner. So just 2 eggs from them today, which isn't too bad. These aren't a great egg laying breed, they're meant as more of an ornamental little pekin bantam. So we're right in the depths of winter, which isn't their normal egg laying season. So 2 eggs from all this lot isn't too bad. If you're a commercial chicken farm with loads of hens laying for the supermarkets, you'd be quite disappointed there with just 2. But for these girls, it's not bad. So in the supermarket we buy the eggs, and those are from chickens that have been bred to lay lots of eggs. They're normally sort of a ginger chicken, and they'll lay nearly an egg every single day right through the year. Whereas these pecans, through the spring and the summer, they'll lay an egg every day. And these eggs will get 1 a day from a couple of the chickens, but a lot of them just won't be laying at all. They're going through multiple phases, and they also naturally won't lay at this time of the year, so they're followed by the light. So when it's darker during the night, we get long nights, they tend not to lay, and as we get longer days, that's when they do start to lay. So traditionally, chickens would have only laid during the summer months. That way, when their chicks hatch, they've then got much stronger chance of survival. But through selective breeding, we've bred our chickens now that they will lay an awful lot more eggs. But these are more ornamental breeds, they still follow the more natural pattern. We've got our Brahma hens, we've got 3 of them. We've also got our Indian game cockerel. We don't actually have any Indian game hens at the moment. And you can hear the duck quacking, and that is Desmond, our very unusual duck. So he doesn't live with the other ducks because he thinks he's a chicken. He's now 12 years old, and he was hatched under a mother hen loaded with a group of chicks. And ever since then, he has thought he was a chicken. So he doesn't go for swims in the pond, he'll have a quick dip if we put him in, but that's about it. But he is bonded with our Indian game cockerel, and wherever the cockerel goes, Desmond will follow. So he's quite unusual. When he was younger, he was bonded to another hen, but she passed away through old age, and now he's found the cockerel as his new best mate. So the cockerel's not particularly fussed about him. It's like he's got a strange white shadow that follows him everywhere he goes. And then down here we've got Errol. She's a Brahma. She's just 1 year old. We're coming up to that. She was born during the first lockdown. Her mum is the white hen. On the day they were due to hatch the eggs, she got off the nest and abandoned them. So Errol was the only survivor. They started to go cold, and so she's been hand-reared, and she is incredibly friendly for it. So she's now what we call point of lay. She's just starting to lay eggs. So we'll see if we've got any from her. But she is a bit bizarre. So we've got an unusual duck in here that thinks it's a chicken, and we've got a chicken that thinks it's a human. Brahmas are the biggest, heaviest breed of chicken in the world. They're not quite the tallest. There's one other breed taller, the Jersey Giant, but the Brahmas are the heaviest. The hens are pretty big, but the cockerel should stand an awful lot bigger, about that tall. And they do take well over a year to reach full size, so she's got a little bit more growing in her yet. But these are my favourite breed of chickens by a long way. Incredibly friendly, incredibly docile, those big gentle giants. So we'll see if they've laid any eggs. They've got their box over here. So 1 egg in there today as well. So you can see the difference in size. The pecan's been a lot smaller. Although the Brahmas are big chickens, they don't actually lay huge eggs, so that'd be still smaller than your average sized chicken egg in the supermarket, probably in a small size box. They don't do much bigger than that. And again, like the pecans, they're not a big commercial layer. They generally just lay in the summer months. They're brilliant broodies though, or typically, so they go broody a lot, just like the pekins do as well actually, so they're fantastic for hatching chicks. The only downside of a Brahma is they're a bit big and clumsy, so you have to watch they don't break the eggs, whereas pekins are renowned for being the best. So hopefully the next few weeks the other birds will start migrating out of the UK and the avian flu will pass and these chickens can go back out in their paddock. Their lockdown will come to an end, hopefully at a similar time to ours, and they, as well as us, can all go back to our normal lives. So if you remember to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you again next week.